2-year college and then enlisted in the military. And his best memory was having his entire team come to support him at the viewing when his brother tragically passed away, providing a brotherhood in his wrestling program. Jake Carlson. Next we have Cody Crux. Cody's the son of Jake and Sherry Crux. He plans to attend either Centenary, Wilkes, or Castleton University, where he will continue his academic and wrestling careers. His favorite memory, beating East in 3 of his 4 years in high school. Cody Crux. Next we have Joel Gonzalez. Joel is the daughter of Jerry and Mary Ann Gonzalez. She's planning to attend Gannon University in Pennsylvania to continue her academic and wrestling careers while pursuing a degree in biology pre-med. And of course, her best memories are winning her first varsity bout. She was last year's New Jersey Ladies State Champion at 160 pounds. Joel Gonzalez. Next we have Jared Kukor. Jared with her mom, Becky Rush, great-grandfather, Jim Rush. His plans are to attend a 4-year college. His best memory, this is way back, watching Ronnie Pinallo secure the team championship at the Voorhees Battle for the Belt JV tournament, and everyone was cheering when he secured the fall, and Ronnie asked if he won the game for us. Jared Kukor. Next we have Denny Perez. Escorted by his mom, Noelia DeJesus, stepdad Brad Scott, brother Anthony DeJesus. Then he plans to enter the police academy. His best memory, coming back to wrestle for his senior year. Denny Perez. And finally, Jake Wicks. Jake's here with his dad. A lot of the old timers remember his father, 2-time state champion for Del Val. His future plans were enlisted in the Air Force, and his best memory, winning the 2019 district title. Jake Wicks. There they are, our senior wrestlers for 2019-2020. Now we go to the young ladies, senior cheerleaders. First we have, all right, here we go. A little bit of a ceremony. All right, thank you, parents. Get anybody hurt out there? What are you doing? Okay. Our senior cheerleaders. First we have Victoria Incho. Escorted by her mother, Lauren Incho. He plans to attend Moravian and major in elementary education. Victoria Incho. Next we have Monique Melise. Monique's escorted by her mother, Dawn, her grandfather, Danny Melise. She plans to attend Northampton County Community College to study culinary arts. Monique Melise. Of course, her older brother, Robert, gave us a few thrills during his career. Next, we have Alexandria Ross. Her parents are Joe and Connie Ross. Alexandria plans to attend Northampton Community College to study and become a dental hygienist. Alexandria Ross. And finally, we have Brianna Yarnell, escorted by her mom, May Bean. She plans to attend a 4-year nursing school. Brianna Yarnell. There they are, 4 young ladies. Thank you, everybody. Take a little group shot here. We also have our winning 50-50 number, 417-913, 417-913. Good luck, ladies, in the future.
From the Phillipsburg High School Gymnasium on the campus of Phillipsburg High School in Lopatcong Township, New Jersey, Stateliner Sports Network proudly presents Phillipsburg High School Wrestling. Tonight, the Stateliners play host to the Red Raiders of Hillsborough High School. Good evening, everyone. I'm Mike Moore, and along with Bob Kerp, we'll be bringing you all the hold-by-hold of tonight's matchup. Phillipsburg Hillsborough Wrestling is brought to you by Rothman Orthopedics, proud to be the exclusive partner of the NJSIAA and to support Stateliner Athletics. Visit RothmanOrtho.com to make an appointment and stop dealing with pain. Get back to truly living. By Ahart, Frenzy & Smith, recognized as one of the leading insurance agencies in the United States. Find out more at afsinsurance.com. By Urco Credit Union, 450 Hillcrest Boulevard in Phillipsburg and 2240 Northampton Street in Easton. Great rates, low fees. Clean up those after the holidays bills with a low-cost personal loan. Visit us at urcocu.com. By the Firth Youth Center, a proud promoter of youth athletics. Find them at www.firthyouthcenter.com. By Open Mic, for exclusive coverage of the Stateliners and the entire Hunterd and Warren, Sussex area, follow Mike Weileman's blog at mikeopen.blogspot.com. By Welcome to the Pit, a history of Phillipsburg wrestling is available. Order yours on Amazon today. Follow the Stateliners on Facebook at Phillipsburg HS Wrestling. And follow Phillipsburg Wrestling on Twitter at Pberg HS Wrestling. That's Pberg HS WRESTLIN. Stateliners come into the match with a record of 8-2 on the season. They defeated Monroe Township 45-18, Hunterdon Central 35-19, Kittatinny 42-18, Toms River North 29-28, Ridge 61-9, Easton 42-22, and High Point 34-24. They were defeated by North Hunterdon 30-24 and Southern 36-24. Hillsborough comes into the match with a record of 6-10. The Red Raiders, beaten by Warren Hills 60-12. Beat South Brunswick 43-25. Beat Woodbridge 43-31. Lost to Franklin 53-14. Beat Lawrence 38-33 and Nottingham 57-18. Lost to Ridge 56-16. North Hunterdon 56-13. Montgomery they beat 49-18. Lost to Hunterdon Central 63-12 and lost to Bridgewater. Right now everyone's standing as Delmy Cruz will sing our national anthem. Delmy Cruz with the singing of our national anthem. Finishing out that Hillsborough schedule, the Red Raiders lost to Del Val 48-18, beat Edison, that was just last night, 40-31, lost to Emerson 48-31, to Fairlawn 42-33, and to Watchung Hills 67-12. Coached by Roy Dragan in his first year, former standout wrestler at Bridgewater. We're going to begin the match tonight at 106 pounds. It'll be Chris Spinelli for Hillsborough, a freshman 12-9 against Phillipsburg sophomore Sean Stachelitis 7-12. 113, Alex Villa for Hillsborough. He's a freshman 13-8 against Phillipsburg sophomore James Day 20-6. Hillsborough will forfeit at 120 to Phillipsburg's Logan Matsko, the junior 13-6. 126, Ryan Oram, a junior 12-8 for Hillsborough against Phillipsburg sophomore Joe Innamorato 16-6. 132, Hillsborough senior Vincent Abosamara. He's a senior 13-8 against junior Jason Tino 13-12. Nick Ertgalino, a sophomore at 138 for Hillsborough. He's 1-5 against Phillipsburg freshman Hunter Cleaver 2-5. 145 either Evan Karolewski, a junior 1-11, or freshman Peter Quant 4-16 against Phillipsburg senior Jared Kukor 12-9. Then either Karolewski or Quant against Matt D'Onofrio, the Stateliners at 152. He's a sophomore 12-11. 160 Luke Donadio for Hillsborough, a freshman 4-17 against Nate Sestowney, a sophomore 20-5. 170, Hillsborough freshman Jack Miller, 10-11 against sophomore Jay Polito, 1-2 for the Liners. 182, Christian Quant, a freshman 13-8 against either David Pearson, a sophomore, 14-10, or Jake Wicks, a senior, 18-8. Hillsborough will not be sending anyone out at 195 or 220. 220 for the Stateliners. It'll be junior Gage Horvath, who is 15-9. And at 285, we have junior Ryan Nussbaum for the Red Raiders. He is 7-11 against Phillipsburg senior Cody Krutz, 16-7. It is senior night here at Phillipsburg High School. They introduced the wrestlers, senior wrestlers, and their parents before the match, along with the senior cheerleaders and their parents to the crowd tonight. We'll be back here on Saturday, 6:20 will be our broadcast time as Stateliners will host the Braves of Newton. Mike Internosha is our referee tonight. Captains and coaches meeting at the center of the mat for the flip. Talking before the match to the Red Raiders coach, Roy Dragan, knows they have the work cut out for them tonight. This is a very young Hillsborough squad, and some of their more experienced and talented wrestlers are up against their match quota. They have 8 or 9 dual meets left, Hillsborough does, so they're going to be held out of the action tonight. Kind of like doubling their degree of difficulty, if you will.
Sure. They can't put their best lineup on the mat. Or it doesn't make sense to, given that they're not likely to top the liners.
And Coach Dragan said, he expects them to be more competitive in those other matches, and so and they will max out on power points tonight, he said, against the Stateliners. So at 106, it'll be Sean Stashalitis for Phillipsburg, sophomore, 7-12 against the freshman Chris Spinelli, who is 12-9. In on a single and getting a takedown of Stashalitis. He's ahead 2-0. Stashalitis trying to set up a hazard tilt. He does have a weight advantage on Spinelli.
He's got 9 pounds.
Which at this weight class is about 10% of his weight. Keeps his weight high on the back of Spinelli. Has the right arm barred, left hand tight waist. Flattens out Spinelli. Still working on that wrist, trying to get a 2-on-1, I think, set up a hazard tilt, or he's going to try and pull the wrist through the crotch. Spinelli stands, tearing at those hands. Stashalitis tackles him to bring him down, wraps a tight waist around the right side. With 50 seconds to go here in the first. Stashalitis works that hazard tilt. Spinelli rolls on through. And it's stopped potentially dangerous by referee Mike Internosha. Back at 44 seconds in the first. Stashalitis left hand tight waist. Trying to break down Spinelli, sits. Stashalitis brings him back down to his knees. Riding out the right side. So Stashalitis had an early first period takedown and has been riding, but so far not able to turn Chris Spinelli.
He's got so much length, Mike, you think he might be able to wrap up a cradle.
Warning for stalling against Stashalitis on top. Spinelli sits, tries to turn in. Stashalitis maintains control, trying to tilt him to his right. And he will ride out the first period. Stashalitis ahead 2-0 after 1. Spinelli's choice, he defers. Stashalitis will go down to start the second. Spinelli with a left-hand tight waist. Stashalitis stands. Spinelli wrapped around the right leg. Stashalitis sprawling. Trying to spin around to Spinelli's left. Spinelli trying to block him off with his left arm. Stateliner still spinning, and he has the reversal. Stateliner ahead 4-0 here in the second and reaching for a cradle. Spinelli finishing 4th in the Roselle Park Invitational. Roselle Park, by the way, in District 13. We'll see them in about 4 weeks in the district tournament here at Phillipsburg. Spinelli sits, and he has one. On the escape, it's 4-1. Spinelli took a quick shot. Stateliner in on the right leg, trying to pull that right leg in behind the knee. Still has that leg at the edge of the mat. Stateliner trying to keep his knees in, trying to pull Spinelli back on. Stateliner stands with that right leg and reaching for a standing cradle. Still no advantage. Now he wants to switch to a double and gets the takedown with 18 seconds to go. Stateliner is ahead 6-1. At the edge of the mat, 2 hour left. Again, wants to try to work a tilt. Pressures on the head. And we're after 2. Stateliner is ahead 6-1. Spinelli's choice. He's going to go down in the third.
Stateliner did well to stick with Spinelli there at the end, not to let him get off the mat.
Stateliner cuts him, and it's 6-2. Stateliner with 2 takedowns and a reversal. Spinelli has a pair of escapes. Stateliner trying to lock his hands behind the right thigh. Trying to pick that leg up. Goes to the double and uses his length to grab that left leg and get his third takedown. Stateliner is ahead 8-2. He will cut Spinelli. It's 8-3.
He just gets in that position, Mike. He's got so much of a longer reach.
Spinelli trying to drive through on Stateliner' left leg. He wants to counter that spin around behind Spinelli. Takedown for Stateliner. It is 10-3. There's the escape. Cuts him. It is 10-4. Stateliner looking to get one more takedown and ride out. Dives in on that right leg.
1 minute to wrestle, 1 minute.
Spinelli arching his back. Stateliner trying to spin around to Spinelli's right.
Let's shift to a double again.
And has the takedown. 12-4. Stateliner with 40 seconds to go in the bout. And they're off. Will he try to ride or will he cut him for one more? He's going to cut him. Dave Post says let him go. That will be 12-5 Stateliner. Dives in, has that right leg. There's a stalling warning on Spinelli. Stateliner with a barrel roll, and he has the takedown. He is built to the major at 14-5.
15 seconds.
Now he'll try to ride out. Trying to tilt Spinelli to his right. 5 seconds to go. He has a 2-on-1 trying to set up the hazard tilt. It'll be a major decision at 106 for Phillipsburg sophomore Sean Stateliner. 14-5 is the final. And after one, Phillipsburg leads Hillsborough 4-0. James Day for Phillipsburg at 113. He's a sophomore, 20-6. Alex Villa for Hillsborough. He's a freshman, 13-8. Cole Semenecki, normally the starter here for Hillsborough. He's 19-3. Day takes him down instantly to go up 2-0. And then we have a bloody nose for James Day already. We're 6 seconds in.
Our guys just had a lot of those this year. But that was an awfully quick takedown. He reached kind of for the ankle, grabbed the head at the same time, and darn near had a cradle right off the bat.
As I mentioned, Cole Semenecki, 19-3 and 25-9 a year ago when he was 4th in District 18, already has 22 matches. And so he's being held out tonight by Coach Dragon.
And some of the Red Raiders having a busy night, having taken JV bouts earlier.
Coach Dragon over to talk to Phillipsburg coach Dave. They're going to wipe some blood off of Alex Villa. Phillipsburg trainer Dwayne Bryda taking care of James Day. That's a pretty relaxed coach post. He has not shed the sport coat yet, and we've had more than 6 minutes of wrestling.
It's a very good point. Probably can use the wardrobe year to year for as little use as he gets out of it.
All right, they've stopped the blood flow. Villa getting set hands and knees, and now James Day trying to set up a hazard tilt. He's going to bar the left arm and take the right wrist and underhook the right shoulder. Up on his toes to drive the bar. He's got Villa over, and the fall comes in 20 seconds for James Day with an arm bar. We are through 2. It's Phillipsburg 10 and Hillsborough nothing. So they are forfeiting to Logan Matsko at 120. Through 3, 16-0 Phillipsburg. Then at 126, it'll be Ryan Oram for Hillsborough. He is a junior, 12-8. Phillipsburg sophomore Joe Inamorado, 16-6.
At 126.
Joe Inamorado is out first.
The liner is Joey Inamorado.
Oram finishing 4th
Raiders Ryan Oram.
in District 18 last year when he had 10 wins. Stateliners in their predominantly garnet singlets tonight. Hillsborough in gray and red. Inamorado trying to underhook. Front head and arm. Oram trying to stay up on one knee right in front of our Stateliner Sports Network camera. Head in the side, Inamorado looking for a cradle. Off, no advantage. 26 seconds in, Inamorado came close to locking up that cradle. Wrestlers tie up. Eyeing up each other outside the center. Inamorado is in on a double. Inamorado has a takedown. Leads 2-0. And off they go, 2 hour left. Back to the center and 1:10 to go in the first. Inamorado right hand tight waist. Oram stands. Mat return by Inamorado. Wraps a tight waist around around Oram's left side.
Seems to be Inamorado's favorite mat return there, to just thrust through on the hips and elevate the wrestler. Sometimes gets the opposing crowd excited as the speed with which he comes back down, but that seems to be his favorite approach.
Right hand tight waist. Takes the right wrist. Oram sits, now stands, and stepping through to maintain control is Inamorado. Going to try and turn Oram to his left as he's got the left arm tied up across the body. Now cups him under the chin. Now he claws the shoulder and takes him over. Body press by Inamorado. Referee Mike Internosha looking in at that right shoulder. Inamorado and Oram's able to roll off, but 3 back points for Inamorado, and the Stateliner sophomore has a 5-0 lead after one. Inamorado will take down to start the second.
That claw ride was so effective for Travis Jones last year.
Joe's a defending district champ, 5th in the region last year, when he had 16 wins. This year, a Hunter Sussex Warren runner-up, and honorable mention ranked in this weight class by LehighValleyLive.com. Inamorado stands and tears at those hands. He's going to get one here at the edge, and they're off. On the neutral for Inamorado, and he leads 6-0. Inamorado with 32 career wins. Orem shoots in Inamorado's left leg. Inamorado with a knee tap, trying to flatten out Orem. Has him flattened out. Wants to break that grip. Trying to pry those hands apart. Keeps his weight high on the back of Orem. Now he's got near a takedown and a cradle. Inamorado has the takedown. Orem trying to kick away. Inamorado goes to a double, comes up the body, maintains control. And they're off in front of the Stateliner bench. So on the takedown, Inamorado leads 8-0 in the second. He will give Orem an escape. And it's 8-1. Orem with half a shot, got Inamorado to sprawl. Dives in on the left leg. Inamorado locked around the midsection. Flattens out Orem. Now wants to spin around to his right side, head in the side. Head outside. Tries to snap him the other way. Now flatten him out and spun around behind. Takedown for Inamorado. It is 10-1.
The last two were both pure counters as Orem had gotten in underneath Inamorado, but Joe was able to get him flat and come around behind.
Wants to pick up and stack up Orem. Final 5 seconds here of the second. Here's a hazard tilt, 1 count, 2. 2 back points for Inamorado, and he leads 12-1 after 2. Orem's choice, he chooses neutral in the third. Stateliners lead the match 16-0. We're at 126, starting straight up tonight at 106. So this is the 4th of 14.
Orem's had some quick moves on his feet here, just has not been able to finish.
Yeah, he's gotten in on Inamorado's legs a couple times, but Inamorado countered those takedown attempts for a couple of his own.
The first period, Inamorado was taking the double underhooks.
He's in on the right leg behind the knee. Very quick crossface by Inamorado. Drops Orem down to his right knee. Orem trying to lock up a cradle. Has to give up from behind Inamorado's left knee. Keeps pressure on the head. Inamorado blocked off around the right leg. Then Orem reaches for that cradle again. Still no advantage. Pressure now, looking for a power half is Orem. And trying to come out the back door is Inamorado. Still no advantage. 1 minute to go here in the bout. Inamorado trying to pop out the back door, up on his toes, and there he does for the takedown. And Inamorado leads 14-1. See if he can work a turn to get the technical fall. Hammer tries to bar the left arm. Stopped potentially dangerous.
Hand came up high. It was just angled wrong. Seems to happen often when they get a bar.
Orem gets set. Orem stands, mat return by Inamorado. Reaching inside for the left wrist. Stalling is called on Orem, first warning. Has the right arm pulled across the body, looking for a hazard tilt. Then let's pick him up to the crotch and turn him. He's got Orem on his back. He's going to win this by technical fall if he doesn't stick him. Body press on the left shoulder. 3 back points and a technical fall for Joe Innamorato. 17-1 final in 6 minutes. We are through 4. It is Phillipsburg 21 and Hillsborough nothing. Stateliners have 2 falls, a technical fall and a major for 21. 132. This should be Vincent Abu Samara. And for Phillipsburg, Jason Tino. The junior is 13-12. Abu Samara is a senior, 13-8. Tino's in on the right leg behind the knee. Trying to hook that leg. Has the takedown. Tino's on top. 2-0. Wraps a tight waist around the left side of Abu Samara. Trying to bar the left arm at the edge. He runs out of room and they're off across the way in front of the scorer's table. Abu Samara getting set. Now Tino. Wraps a tight waist around the left side. Abu Samara sits out, tries to turn in. Now a lever worked by Tino. Now trying to work a hazard tilt. Controlling the left arm at the wrist, pulling that across the body. And the claw on the right shoulder. Now wants to pull that wrist through the crotch and stack him up. Reinforcing a bar here. Steps across. He has Abu Samara on his back. And the fall in 1:09 for Jason Tino. We are through 5. It's Phillipsburg 27 and Hillsborough nothing.
Our second bar pin of the night. One by James Day, now one by Jason Tino.
Nick Ercolino, sophomore 1-5 for Hillsborough at 138 against Hunter Cleaver of Phillipsburg. He is a freshman. Cleaver's 2-5. Wrestlers tie up in the center. Cleaver trying to underhook the right shoulder. He's got a takedown and a cradle. He's got Ercolino on his back. Mike Internosha's looking, and the fall comes in 19 seconds for Hunter Cleaver, which was a second faster than James Day. We are through 6. It's Phillipsburg 33 and Hillsborough nothing. On senior night, first Phillipsburg senior to go out, Jared Kukor. He is 12-9. This is either Evan Karolewski or Peter Quant. Karolewski's a junior, 1-11. Kukor trying to snap and cement job and has Karolewski on his back. Now he ties up that right arm in a body press. Trying to get chest to chest with Karolewski. Cups him under the chin. Karolewski trying to scramble off his back and does. That's a 5-point play for Kukor. And he leads 5-0. Bars the left arm. Gives up on that. Now wants a cross-face cradle. Controlling the right elbow, trying to take that back to the knee. Circling, trying to take that back. Still has control of that right elbow. And trying to lock up the cradle. He has a cross-face cradle. Kukor going to try and take him left to right. Has him on his back. Mike Internosha's looking in at that right shoulder. Scrambles off again. 2 back points for Kukor. And he's now in front 7-0. Trying to take a cross-face cradle from the left side. Gives up on that. One of the low leg cradle. Under 30 seconds to go here in the first. Kukor's going to cut him. 7-1 and off right in front of our Stateliner Sports camera. 20 seconds to go here in the first. Karolewski with half a shot, and Kukor snaps him to his back out of that shot. And the fall, that comes in 1:49 for Kukor. We are halfway through. It's Phillipsburg 39 and Hillsborough nothing. Stateliners through 7 have 5 falls, a technical fall, and a major.
Almost like Kukor was lying in wait for that takedown attempt as he caught Karolewski and put him right to his back. Did that easier than turning him when he was riding on top, where he couldn't quite stick him.
Okay, this is Luke Donadio. We thought he was going to go at 160, so he's going at 152. That may mean that Peter Quant weighed in at 45, so he can't go up to 60. D'Onofrio's a sophomore, 12-11. Matt D'Onofrio for Phillipsburg. Quickly in on a double, and he takes down Donadio to lead 2-0. Trying to work a hazard tilt. Donadio rolls on through that. Now wants a cradle. Reaching behind the left knee, trying to take that left elbow back to the knee. D'Onofrio now reaches inside to control the wrist. Donadio stands, and off they go in front of the Stateliner bench across the way. Dave Post in his 10th season, 155-25. Assisted by Scott Silvas. D'Onofrio is going to give up an escape. 2-1 here in the first. Scott Silvas, Brad Gensel, Brian Kopeski, John Horak, and Jared Kraus assisting Dave Post. Donadio got in on D'Onofrio's left leg, but he just horsed that leg free. Got a takedown of his own, and D'Onofrio leads 4-1. Trying to hammerlock or bar the left arm and go under the chin. Takes him over. Body press by D'Onofrio. And the fall. That comes in 1:25 for Matt D'Onofrio. We're through 8. And the Stateliners now have an insurmountable 45-0 lead. They were probably going to forfeit to Nate Sestowney. Sestowney comes out, checks in. He will get a forfeit. That makes it 51-0. Jack Miller at 170 for Hillsborough. He's a freshman, 10-11. Facing Phillipsburg sophomore Jay Polito. He's 1-2.
16 takedowns thus far for Phillipsburg, not having given up any.
Power shrug by Polito. Locks his hands behind the back. He's got a takedown, and Miller scrambled off his back. It's 2-1. There's a headlock by Polito, and he's got Miller on his back. Trying to get more on the left shoulder. Miller trying to bridge off. Polito trying to bring him back, and a body, and more on the right shoulder now as Miller tries to bridge off. Very nice headlock, and the fall comes in 39 seconds for Jay Polito. We're through 10. It's Phillipsburg 57 and Hillsborough nothing. This will be Christian Quant at 182.
182 for the Raiders, Christian Quant.
He's a freshman, 13-8, and Jake Wicks for Phillipsburg, who is a senior, 18-8. So the Stateliners have collected a couple of forfeits to go with 6 falls, a tech, and a major through 10. Wicks looking for an inside tie. "20 seconds in, no advantage." I asked Coach Dragon before the match. He's got a lot of, normally they have 2 seniors on the roster and a bunch of freshmen. But he said most of them have been wrestling for like 4 or 5 years. The freshmen have been together through the
youth program. Sure.
Youth program coming up. So, obviously this not their year to take on a team with the stature of the Liners, but he is, he's hoping that, 2 or 3 years from now, that'll have a much more competitive squad.
Yeah, unfortunately, you don't learn a lot in a quick pin.
Wicks has a takedown. Leads 2-0. Wants to reach behind the right knee. Flattens out. He's got a hammer lock on Quaint's left arm. Now he wants to sit on top of that and go for the chin. Now he's going to lose that bar. Under 30 seconds to go here in the first. He stood up because he wants to try and check him back. There's the check back. And a body press by Wicks. And the fall in a minute 42. They will forfeit at 195. That's 63-0. David Pearson.
195.
They forfeit at 195. That's 69. They have no one weighed in at 220. Gage Horvath will win by a forfeit there. That is 75. And we'll go to heavyweight. It'll be Ryan Nussbaum. He is a junior, 7-11. And then Cody Krutz for Phillipsburg, the senior, 16-7. Working on got to tie up the headgear, I guess, to make this official for Gage Horvath. He'll check in, come out, get his hand raised. Nussbaum, junior, 7-11. Krutz is a senior, 16-7.
Nussbaum with 10 pounds on Krutz.
Krutz looking for a headlock or a bear hug. Missed on a headlock. Reaches for leg, can't pull it in. Power shrug, can't finish. Underhooking, wants to drive through the edge in front of the Phillipsburg bench. "30 seconds gone, no advantage here at 285. Again, Krutz wanted that power shrug. Front headlock, wants to snap him down, maybe a cement job here. And drives him off the mat, no advantage in front of the Phillipsburg bench. Do we have a stalling call there on?
I think he was just signaling out. If it was awful quick. Crutz had him on the edge and drove into him. So
Crutz looking for a bear hug, and he has the takedown. Nussbaum able to come off his back. Crutz with a takedown, 2-0. Wants to hammerlock the left arm. Sit on top of that bar now. Under the chin, drives over Nussbaum, body press, fall in 1:19 for Cody Crutz. So the Stateliners come up with a dozen falls and or forfeits, a technical fall, and a major. And so the Stateliners take it to Hillsborough tonight, 81-0. Phillipsburg will go to 9-2 on the season, and the Red Raiders will fall to 6-11. Phillipsburg Hillsborough Wrestling on the Stateliner Sports Network, a service of Rothman Orthopedics. Proud to be the exclusive partner of the NJSIAA and to support Stateliner Athletics. Visit RothmanOrtho.com to make an appointment and stop dealing with pain. Get back to truly living. By Ahart, Frinzy & Smith, recognized as one of the leading insurance agencies in the United States. Find out more at afsinsurance.com. By Erco Credit Union, 450 Hillcrest Boulevard in Phillipsburg and 2240 Northampton Street in Easton. Great rates, low fees. Clean up those after the holidays bills with a low-cost personal loan. Visit us at ercocu.com. By the Firth Youth Center, a proud promoter of youth athletics. Find them at www.firthyouthcenter.com. By Open Mic, for exclusive coverage of the Stateliners and the entire Hunterd and Warren, Sussex area, follow Mike Weileman's blog at mikeopen.blogspot.com. By Welcome to the Pit, a history of Phillipsburg wrestling is available. Order yours on Amazon today. Follow the Stateliners on Facebook at Phillipsburg HS Wrestling. And follow Phillipsburg Wrestling on Twitter at Pberg HS Wrestling. Pberg HS WRESTLIN. So the Stateliners, a top 10 team in New Jersey, just overwhelmed the Red Raiders of Hillsborough tonight. Phillipsburg coming in number 8, NJ.com, and those rankings will be adjusted tomorrow. And number 10 in the Wrestling Writers Association poll, which came out on Monday, and 7th in the Lehigh Valley Live area. That poll just coming out yesterday. They overwhelmed the Red Raiders tonight with 12 falls and or forfeits, a technical fall and a major. Some of Hillsborough's wrestlers with better records not in the lineup tonight because of facing the 30 regular season match limit when Hillsborough still has 8, according to Coach Dragan, 8 or 9 dual meets remaining. We began at 106 tonight. Phillipsburg's Sean Stashalitis, a 14-5 major decision over Chris Spinelli. 113, James Day of Phillipsburg, a fall with an arm bar in 20 seconds over Alex Villa of Hillsborough. Logan Matsko of Phillipsburg, winner by forfeit at 120. Joe Inamorado of Phillipsburg, a 17-1 technical fall in 6 minutes over Ryan Oram. 132, Jason Tino, a fall with an arm bar in 1:09 over Vincent Abu Samara. 138, Hunter Cleaver, a fall with a cradle in 19 seconds over Nick Ercolino. 145, Jared Kukor of the Stateliners, a fall in 1:49 over Evan Karalewski. 152, Matt D'Onofrio of Phillipsburg, a fall in 1:25 over Luke Donadio. Nate Sestowney won by forfeit at 160. Jay Polito, a fall with 39 seconds with a headlock over Jack Miller at 170. 182, Jake Wicks, a fall in 1:42 with a check back over Christian Quant. 195, David Pearson, a winner by forfeit. 220, Gage Horvath, a winner by forfeit. And at 285, Cody Krutz with a fall in a minute 19 over Ryan Nussbaum. And Coach Post has joined us, and you know, you were obviously a heavy favorite coming in tonight.
Sure.
And Hillsborough without, some of their better wrestlers up against a match limit. But, you came to wrestle tonight. Not many got out of the first periods.
Sure. Yeah, and we said, one of the things we talked about was like, go out, don't mess around out there. The longer some of these matches go on, you run the risk. We just want to stay healthy. We want to stay sharp. We told them that one of the things you can learn from some of these matches, if you go out and you have to, you kind of force yourself to try to pin somebody. And, that could be a big thing, a big factor in a dual meet if, we're in a scenario where a team sends somebody out and you have to get a fall. And, you kind of learn, maybe some things that you might not do. You saw Jay Polito with a beautiful headlock there. He's got it in his arsenal. We've seen it do him in the summertime. But, it's a different story when you're out here in front of, a few hundred people that, you're going to pull out a headlock. But, it's it's one of those nights to just kind of check one off the list. We're getting closer to our goal here, and happy that we were able to come out and everybody's healthy.
And the seniors all got a chance to show off in front of classmates tonight.
Yeah, that was actually one of the things we wanted to get the flip for, so that we could make sure we have the choice at 82 that we can get Jacob out, because we figured that they were going to probably forfeit 95, and it's important to us that in a night like tonight where we were showcasing our seniors, that they get to go out on the mat in front of their student body one more time.
So now you come back Saturday against Newton, and as far as the whole PowerPoint chase thing this is Saturday's the cutoff. Saturday is
the cutoff with PowerPoints. Yeah, we lost the match last night with Hanover Park, just because of some illnesses and stuff. But it would have been one of our you only keep it's your 10 match average. So we had 12 in state at the cutoff, and that would have been one of our bottom drops. So that doesn't hurt us much. We are going to be able. We have 11 that we're going to get in state, and so we will be able to drop one, and that'll help our PowerPoints out, because we'll replace a lower score with a score that's a little bit higher.
Yeah, and you had a couple of guys, up against a 30-match limit, so a lost match there, helps.
That's a great point. We had, we had 4 guys that were still had to sit matches. It makes it easy when you don't have a whole mat. You don't feel like you're holding them out of something. The last thing we want to do is have to sit kids at home matches, because we know how special it is to our kids to wrestle here. So last night being an away match, losing that actually took 2 of our guys off the board. So Nate doesn't have to sit any more matches, and neither does Jason Tino. That just leaves Wicks has to sit one more, and Day has to sit one more, assuming that we get them all through to the end of next weekend. So that cutoff is not this cutoff for team PowerPoints is this weekend. The cutoff for the 30-match max is next weekend, and if we get those guys each to sit one more, then they'll be good for the postseason.
Very good. Congratulations on the win. We'll see you Saturday night.
Great. Thank you very much.
Coach Dave Post, now 156-25, and this is 10th season. Stateliners go to 5-17, 68-1 against New Jersey since 1979-80, and all-time Phillipsburg 984, 268-7. You have been watching the Stateliner Sports Network's presentation of Phillipsburg High School Wrestling. Repeating tonight's final score, it was Phillipsburg 81 and Hillsborough nothing. Join us for our next broadcast on Saturday at 6:20 when the Stateliners will host the Braves of Newton. For Bob Kerp, executive producer Jake Kosa, and production associate Dylan Renner, I'm Mike Moore saying thank you for watching Phillipsburg Stateliner Wrestling. Good night.